Not right now, not right now. Myself, we could play like 11:30. We could play like an hour. We could play like an hour. Alright. We could play like 11:30. Nigga geeking like that. You lied. But say only time I'm about to play is Wink. I'm getting it for Wink for free.
And coach, we find ourselves.
I don't think I got an iron by 2K in the break.
FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the New York Jets.
Oh, man.
Sports.
Rick still had on mad.
Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
I thought it came out last night like a 3.
Just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
11.
It's Geis on the counter.
You gone. I lied.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And there we see an early burst.
Is it updated roster on it? Did you get the updated roster?
You know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film.
Oh,
You
yeah,
said right down the word vision.
My man's on there.
It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40.
Tayon Fleet Davis.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Listen, hey, Jordan Reed's a dog in this drink food.
Oh, my, he pulled it in. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Back to the ground on first, it's Geis, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Geis. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 yards there and a first down. On the ground, Geis.
Okay.
Yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches, you say, son, If you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Adrian Peterson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point.
You see what happened?
Now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey,
he was on the ground. I never knew that.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays.
They probably have him as a guest
allow
there.
the defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hey, Echo.
They'll run it with Bell. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
51 the mic, boy, 51. Hey, Alpha.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
What's it cost?
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. 3rd down, here's Haskins. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
On first down, this is Geis. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And after the good gain last play, this time they say,
Let's go.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a run with Geis. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
I have the Bills. I already use the Giants. I use the Giants.
Now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I don't offense though.
It's going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay. Defense is not the hardest. That nigga, he's predictable, bro. He's gonna score 9.
3rd and 15 here after the first and
Hold on,
second down plays.
Giants, their defense is terrible. I mean, they actually decent.
Now Haskins.
I don't know that, but they decent.
Throw left side complete.
But you want to use the Bills and not use the Giants?
Finally taken down, and it's a big game on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Who, Janoris Jenkins? No. They got that D tackle. What's his nigga name? I forgot that nigga name. They don't got him no more.
On the draw, they go to Geis. And they get to
well, like I said, it don't matter.
Right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground,
I already know
this
what
is a
Buffalo
top
got.
5 rush defense.
Yeah, but
Should Davis right? Yeah, all of it.
totally
Yeah, I know.
with the run.
Yeah.
At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
That's a rookie.
And strong running there
He's
as he's
right.
inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Called a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
See, Giants defense not bad. Give me Saquon. I got McCaffrey. You want McCaffrey?
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd
No, I keep
down.
McCaffrey. Cause Saquon, that's my man. On God, I got him.
Be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get.
This
on the
nigga fool,
It's 4th
and
down.
it was all dumb stuff, fool. Fool, let me tell you why I trade, bro. Man, I gave him I gave him a 2nd, I gave him a 3rd. But I'm gonna tell you, it's more than that. It's more than that. And I gave him like a 65. Nah, we added like. I'm trying to hold on. I'm telling you. I gave him like 5 things. Nah, he just gave me a bull like a 60 or something.
Geis, they'll try to run it. Hammering for the goal line.
Well, I might just tell you the trade.
The offense is able to pounce on it inside
I gave him
the 5-yard line.
Tyree Jackson, Ed Oliver,
He's not free.
and Boshawn Joseph. That nigga like a 50. I don't know that nigga though.
It's almost like baseball.
I gave him
Guys
those.
at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One
Yeah.
guy doesn't get him home.
Yeah,
the next
Ed
guy comes
Oliver.
through and picks him up.
And avoids
This
the
my
turnover.
3rd string middle linebacker.
Go
He like a
again from the
65,
3 here on 2nd
and he got a 2nd and a 3rd.
They'll run for it with Peterson.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Adrian Peterson with 2 touchdowns.
Nigga realized he took Tyree Jackson. I don't use him. I don't care. Took my 3rd string middle linebacker. I don't care. They young though, but I don't care. I wasn't even that fast. Like an 84. Don't care. I got Tremaine Edmonds. I don't need him. whatever. You know, he like an 88 speed or something. What's up with it? Hold on, this the same league we in? I'll give you. Oh no, I gotta give you a player.
Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
I gotta say Quan
typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete.
I think they was right aim with that. He loves
it's
it.
3rd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I
think
you
want to know what Jenkins
about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drive.
I'll be alright.
Tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
I'll be alright. That's why I got McCaffrey. I'm good with McCaffrey.
56.
He has to put the JV is right. That's not happening.
Out left to Anderson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Tough sledding.
That's before I got a running back. I got a running back now. I'll be alright.
Pass for negative yardage, obviously.
Saquon the same age. They got like the same overall. He might give you more.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop.
Something like that.
Against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And it's caught by Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
He got a draft a year before, or 2 years.
Yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
He's still like he's like 24.
Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
24.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell, and they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions,
It's about his birthday.
I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half. And some of these shorter
This nigga blow him. I don't mind playing man coverage now. Hold on.
That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot.
My franchise man.
Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with him in March after the last 4
He
seasons.
got. Oh, he do got Le'Veon.
Had 3 pretty good years.
I don't care about
and sort of
Le'Veon.
tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Fighting him off.
Montez Sweat is a dog.
Play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of
Franchise
a yard,
game.
and it'll be 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the
playing, gang.
What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
Ooh, I love having a
yes,
list.
changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way
Robbie
to use
Anderson,
that
that
against
nigga
them,
a
some
dog.
things in behind them. So some quick
give
passes
him
could
that.
work as well.
16 yards, a 1st
Bless
down.
you, bless you, bless you,
2 minutes
bless
to
you.
play first half. It's 14-0.
No, all right.
Going to lead the offense
This
up
nigga still
1st and
saying
10.
bless you.
And he's 5 for 6
okay.
now, throwing the ball.
2K win.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A 1st down throw, Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss. Another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They start on the ground with Geis.
Thank you.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Gonna make him a workhorse.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing.
And that's caught inside the 30.
Stop playing with
A gain of 37.
Stop
Charles, you
playing
talk so
with
much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the
So you rather had the
when that quick
Bills over the
change
Giants?
takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Straight to me.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone, following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Haskins. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field
Buffalo,
shrinks with those
I think
safeties,
it's better than the Giants.
It's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything even.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All day, every day, any day.
Darnold from the gun. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
gun on third down. Here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And from down in Miami, an update. The Bills have taken an early lead against the Dolphins. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. The ball comes out, and the Redskins scoop it. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Darnold to throw again. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. To the air again, Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing again is Darnold. That's complete to Meredith. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Two incompletions haven't moved them any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Darnold toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing
Niggas got mad as shit because he said 40. He said,
that's
a 40?
Damn.
You bad he said, well,
I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get this down.
Stop calling my phone. Damn.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going
Let's go. Thank you.
However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Oh, and you. Bye-bye. Alright. Leg man. Yeah, that's me. This nigga damn lost it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were within range of scoring a touchdown.
The first time, why you called again?
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis.
I don't got no legs, nigga.
So far, they keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right
If I had legs, I would have a girl. I'm trying to cuff somebody.
Longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defense.
Single life kid.
That you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play?
You got all the games. You got all the games.
Situation there, the defense
Calvin calling me. That's what's up.
Taking it about the 16.
Teach me some game then, dude. You got all of it.
21 yards.
What's the game? What's the game, Dez? What's the game, Dez? What's the game, Dez? Let me know something.
At the line and ready to roll. This is
what's the game, Dez? I'm listening. What's the game, Dez? What's the game, Dez?
Because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there.
What's the game, Dez?
In fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to.
You're not gonna answer the question? You got all the game.
With another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Get the long
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Don't be a word.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter break.
Don't be a
that
word.
is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
I'm still gonna drop it. Depends. I'm gonna miss that too.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make
New Orleans. Oh, I picked the wrong play.
The Jets' leading tackler is
Ring left
to
to
go
go.
in on the stop. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught in the end zone.
Chargers.
For the Redskins touchdown.
Chargers safety.
Josh Doxson, his third touchdown.
He didn't about to retire. He just ended the lead. Like,
as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I think he got hurt.
Hopkins with the
Darren James a dog.
and that will extend this big lead.
Hey, chill on my man, Mo.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
He dude, that's my cousin. All right.
This will be fielded on the back line of the
I
end
call him
zone.
right now. 401.
The offense back out there at
I
the
lied.
line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose
We
the
caught it,
field
boy.
position battle
Okay,
as the general
see.
rule.
Let me put.
Looking for
Yeah.
now is a little more consistency. Move the
Get the
ball
whooping this
just a
nigga
few
ass.
times on
42,
offense, get a
42,
couple of first
42,
downs,
3,
and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Good night,
Took
Dez.
just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again
Good
on
night,
first
Greg.
down. Back to throw, Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson.
Sweet
The
dreams.
jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Now they can peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Darnold's throw on the money to Anderson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you don't lollipop it in the middle of the field,
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
so if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs.
I just need some rushing. Yeah, I need 200. I'm trying to be the leader.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great
You couldn't
questions
get
in
that.
the NFL,
Gone.
Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end right.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Rick be bagging him.
A toss right to Geis. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but
Yeah,
this
this nigga
time they
dead,
get him
that nigga.
behind the line.
Yeah,
That'll
no
be a
one being
loss of a
able to
yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The 25-yard
won't be
line is
afraid.
what they need here. This is 3rd
I want
down.
to be faithful.
On the ground, it's Geis. And an alley to run. And he gets it all the way
Nigga, how you gonna be
inside
faithful? How you
the
gonna get to a
10
Murray?
and mark him at the 5.
Gotta
They're
hit
able
it
to
go.
convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this
Yeah.
one despite the heavy workload.
So how you
But and
gonna
I both know,
ever
low
wife
condition,
her
and he did tell
If
us
you're not
he
loyal
rides
to
on
your
being
girl,
at his peak late in ball games.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on
yeah.
2nd and goal.
I done heard it all, didn't I?
Peterson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
That's an everyday thing.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. They run with Geis, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it.
We are
some type of a
farmers.
play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Here's Geis, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point.
We are farmers.
Definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And a coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Okay.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Darnold.
Ooh, Ruben Falk, you got to catch those.
I guess the good news for them now, it's 1st down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Right here.
Geis. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Looking to throw, Haskins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Redskins, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.